Hello everybody and welcome to the first video of my latest project car. It's a Volvo 740 GLE estate, which I've been after for such a long time. Well, that's a wee bit of a lie. I just do have a bit of a thing for old Volvos. So I bought this one blind off eBay, as you do. I was the winning bidder in the last few seconds of the auction. Again, that was a wee bit sneaky. So stay tuned if you want to find out why I bought one, a little bit more about this particular example, how I got on with the 200-mile journey back home up to Scotland, and all the things I found wrong on the very first day of ownership. And maybe you guys can point me in the right direction of how to fix it. As a kid whose parents owned a base spec 1.4340, I regularly visited dealerships and took the brochures of the plusher models. 740 and 760s were the ones to have. They were luxurious and, more importantly, they had lots of buttons. So fast forward to 2024, I've not long bought the 360 GLE after selling my 460 GLT, so I'm clearly going through a bit of a Volvo phase, and that 740 estate is the quintessential Volvo workhorse of the 1980s. Now, I could have chosen a mint one, but I wanted to try and bring even more project content to the channel to balance out all the reviews. So as I was really hoping to win this 740 on eBay, I decided to take the opportunity to record the end of the auction on my phone. And unfortunately, yes, I am one of those guys that puts a bid in right at the last minute to try and get the best chance to win the car. So I really did run this one right the way down. You can see that there, 39 seconds. I got the screen open, entered my maximum bid, but didn't actually press review right the way until we got to around about 10 seconds, as you'll see in a minute. And I did shave this one very close, because by the time I went through all the screens, I think it was actually 3 seconds, a wee bit of a rush there, till it actually recognised the bid. And there we go. Now, this was the frustrating part. It kind of hung around for 40 seconds, holding me in suspense until I knew if I won the car or not. Sitting on the edge of the seat, but yeah, eventually it did confirm it, that the car was ours. So there we go, another one in the bag. So here we go again, another train journey to collect an old car. This time I took my little assistant along to help me out in case I break down. So the destination to collect was Northallerton train station, which I agreed with the seller, so that helped me out quite a bit. So it meant I could just leave straight from there. In terms of cost, it was alright, I suppose. It was £43.60 for the 2 tickets down to Northallerton from Edinburgh. Total journey time from Edinburgh was just over 2 hours, so 2 hours and 10 minutes. I mean, that's really quick, certainly in my book, so it took no time at all to get down there. Now, in terms of petrol, I reckon, no more than 8 gallons. Now, that works out about 25 mile per gallon. So what are we talking, 50 quid, 50 quid. So, all in less than £90 in collection costs back from Northallerton. So I don't think that was too bad, really. But, your mind does kind of start to go into overdrive, worrying about, what the car is going to be like, if it's going to get you home. But what's that old saying? Old Volvos don't break down now, do they? Right, so first update video of the 740 on the way home. So I've done about 30 trouble-free miles so far. The rain has started, which is not promising, but the wipers do work, so I'm not too worried there. Temperature sitting rock solid, just at the halfway mark. Filled it up with some super unleaded as well. There wasn't a lot in it when we got it. On this one, the speedometer is not functioning at the moment, which I was aware about. It must be a Volvo thing, dodgy speedos. So that's been the 360 and the 460, all had dodgy speedos in one shape or form. So we've got our sat nav anyway, which gives us a speed readout, so we can keep legal on the way back home. So first impressions. Well, yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's just past Darlington at the moment. My only gripe is there appears to be a whole load of freezing cold air coming in on my right foot there beside the accelerator out of vent. So I don't know what that is. Could be like a hole in the cellar wing or the inner wing or something. But yeah, 70 mile an hour, about 4 degrees, super cooled air on my right foot. So yeah, I've stuffed something down there at the moment so that I can get my foot back to life. But that's my only dislike at the moment. But other than that, yeah, it seems to be fine. Big comfy Volvo armchair seats. We don't have a music player, unfortunately. I don't think the speakers work on it, so that's going to be something we'll have to take a wee look at when we get back to the house. And of course, it has a leaking sunroof. You know, why wouldn't it? The Bluebird's got a leaking sunroof, so that's going to be a bit of a thing. So this one's a manual one. It does have some sealing round that I was aware of before I bought it. So it's going to be a wee bit of a challenge to find out what's going on there, if there's drains blocked, or if it needs new seals, or what the problem might be. But 219,000 miles, it's reasonably original, unmolested example of a 740 estate. How good is that? So I'll cut back in maybe another 40-50 miles, tell you how I'm getting on, or if I have broken down. Right, so let's do a wee exterior walk round of the Volvo before it gets too dark. We are literally at the side of the road here, perfectly safe, but that's why it's a wee bit noisy. Right, we'll do a proper walk round of this car when it's a little bit lighter and when I've got a wee bit more time. But yeah, it has seen better days. It's not bad. It's obviously not restored. There's a wing there, got a wee bit of accident damage on it. I mean, on the whole, it is original. It doesn't look too bad for one of these. I mean, it's not perfect. I didn't expect it was going to be perfect. There's original alloy wheels there as well. Round the back, we have a tree that does look like it's trying to make its way into the car. GLE. Was that a luxury one at one point in time? It does look like it's had a new exhaust on it, doesn't it? Got some mud flaps under there, Cossie badge, high level rear brake light. Yeah, a wee bit of corrosion around that washer jet. Take a wee look round the front. What have we got here? Volvo High Mileage Club, 150,000 miles. Well, that will have been a while ago that it hit that. It's now on 219. Looks like these have been replaced for some silver items. Need to paint them. It does look like a little spoiler down there, doesn't it, underneath that bumper? And there is a good few dents in the bumper there. You might not be able to make them out unless I go to that angle. No, can't you really make them out? Driver's side, much the same. Like I said, it's reasonably straight. It isn't too bad. It actually isn't covered in rust. So let's take a wee look inside. Inside it is a wee bit more worse for wear. We do have this lovely, what would you call this, tan leather interior. Put our hand over that so we didn't see it. Lumbar support there on the seats, and these are very, very comfy seats. And it is a 5-speed manual, or 4-speed with overdrive. So that's nice. Love these headrests as well. Again, we'll not be able to make out that much detail in here. No aircon, no cruise control. We do have a missing door bin, which I'm aware of. We'll need to try and find one of them. And loads of bits of trim are damaged, which isn't the end of the world. They do seem to be quite fragile by the looks of it, but this thing is massive. When you look around inside, it is huge. Now let's take a wee nosy under the bonnet. See what we can find under here. And it opens by itself, so that is very, very handy. Like I said, it is getting a wee bit dark, so we won't be able to make out a lot of detail. 4-cylinder, 2.3 naturally aspirated beast. I don't know about that. Again, it looks very original under here. It needs a hell of a good clean and detail. First thing I did notice is I think we could definitely do with some drive belts down there. I believe the cam belt has been done, which is reassuring, and the clutch has been done. But yeah, a good old wash down, I think, would be beneficial for this. But what do we think? Very, very original car. Sound deadening's all in one piece as well up there. Oh, that's good. There's tons and tons of space around this thing. I mean, look down there. Very easy getting that manifold off, I would imagine. Big, massive airbox. So yeah, I mean, it's gotten us so far. I mean, we're way past Newcastle now. We've got something like about 110 miles to go. So fingers crossed, we're not going to run into any bother. I wish us luck. Progress update. So we've just passed Alnwick. We've done a pit stop, maybe about 20 miles back there, just to do a walk round. Everything's a wee bit out of order. The sun is going down. We've probably only got another 20-30 minutes of daylight. Unfortunately, for some reason I thought we could get back in the daylight, but that's just not to be. All is going pretty well so far. We're showing, we've got about 100 miles still to go, unfortunately. So brakes seem to function well. There's no knocks, clunks or bangs so far off the suspension that I can hear or the drivetrain, which again, that's also reassuring. And it drives pretty straight, to be fair. There's not a lot of steering input that I'm making, to keep it straight along this road here. So yeah, so that's all pretty promising. Temperature again, still rock solid. We're just sitting anywhere between 60, 70 mile an hour, taking it easy. I don't want to give it too hard a time, because old cars are like, something is bound to break. Gearbox, yeah, it's funny getting used to this overdrive system where it's just a button on the top. I guess it'll be fine, once I'm more used to it. But I mean, we're setting 60 mile an hour there, 2,500 revs in overdrive, so that's pretty relaxing, I think. Heater works, it's counteracting all that cold air coming from the footwell. That will definitely 100% be my first job when I get a chance to get under the car to see what is going on there, because that is probably not it's not very pleasant at all, getting blasted with that cold air. But headlights are working, and yeah, it is all good. So thumbs up so far, and I'll cut back in probably when we hit Berwick. Next, travel update. We are just about to cross the Scottish border, so that's a good sign. Nearly back home. So yeah, just past Berwick, all going well again. Getting a really good run on the road as well. No traffic or anything, but yeah, what a car. So it does show you, most reliable cars you can buy are old Volvos bought sight unseen at online auctions, eBay or car auctions. And no matter how bad condition you think they are, they will probably still get you home as long as you take your time and don't take the piss out of them too much. So yeah, that is us just crossing the border there. Imagine that. So no worries so far, apart from that very numb and cold right leg. But yeah, more on that next time. So I'll cut back in again when we reach home, assuming we do, in about an hour's time. And this is our final video of today, not because we've broke down at the side of the road and are waiting for the AA to come and collect us, but we have made it home in one piece. So 200 miles in our first day of driving the 740, so I am pretty impressed. It does seem to be a few little minor jobs to do, but to be fair, they're not actually major jobs. Engine-wise, it does seem quite sound, as does the rest of the mechanicals. It's just lots of little minor things, more irritations more than anything. But yeah, we made it back. So it just goes to show, buy blind off eBay and it usually works out.
And with me. Don't forget me.
So by the time I'd done 200 miles back home, I'd made a short list of certainly the most important things I think that need doing on the car. The first of which, that cold footwell. Second, obviously the non-functioning speedometer, that's super irritating. Number 3, the really rough idle. We need to take a closer look at that. It never actually stalled, but it did kind of threaten to do it on a number of occasions. 4, that gear knob, it keeps coming off in your hand, again, super annoying. Number 5, that sunroof, it hadn't leaked on the way back home, but by the time I've come to air this video, there definitely is a leaking problem in there. So sunroof is number 5. I mean, that might be actually number 1. The most important is the car will live outside. So reach out in the comments if you have any ideas on these, and I will catch up with you all on part 2, where I take a closer look at the 740 and see what else I can find wrong with it. I hope you all enjoyed that one, and thanks for watching.